away.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video I am so excited about because I'm doing a video with my palette. I'm actually going to be using her in a tutorial, and what's so awesome is my palette is officially gone live right now as you're watching this video for pre-launch, so I hope you are ready. Oh my gosh, you can literally go buy it right now. Finally, after all this time talking about it, it is for sale. I will have the direct link to it in the description box right down below, so you can just click the link. Very exciting, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I get my go-to glam makeup look. I will be creating lots of tutorials with this palette. This is just my first one, but yes, I'm so excited. If you want to know more about the palette before you buy it, I did a full video discussing every color, why I picked the colors, why I created the colors, the names of the colors, all about the palette. That I will also link that video down below, so you can know more about the palette and everything about it. Yes! I feel like a little girl about to go to Disneyland. Like, that's how excited I feel right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This is my go-to glam look. I told you guys, like, on Snapchat, I was like, I have this look that I kind of go to if I have events and stuff because it's a trusted look and I know that it looks good, and I don't try anything funky or new when I'm traveling because I don't want it to end up wonky or weird if I'm not at home, you know what I'm saying? And you guys were like, okay girl, but where's your tutorial? And so I was like, oh, okay. So here I am filming it. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Also be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave, so you don't miss out on my other videos. Duh. All right, let's jump right in. First, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Hangover RX primer. I like to do this because I have dry skin, and this really just gives my skin nourishing and hydrates my skin. And if your skin is more oily prone, I would suggest skipping this step, but if your skin's dry, it can really affect the way your foundation lays on it if it's not moisturized. So I just like to do this around the areas that don't get too greasy, like my temples and, you know. I know I'm being a little high maintenance using two primers, but I'm going to use the Photo Finish Foundation Primer by Smashbox. I like to use this one to cover any areas where pores seem to be an issue. And I may look a little funny right now because I have my brows filled in, but once we have everything on, it will all come together. So what I like to do with this one is kind of like tap it into my skin. I feel like it gives the best effect that way because this one is not for hydrating the skin. It's for, you know, smoothing out the skin or any texture in the skin. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Born This Way foundation from Toofaced. This one is in shade Sand. Sand is too dark for my face. However, it does match my neck. And I wear a lot of sunscreen on my face, and my face is like, white. I use a darker foundation to kind of compensate, but you don't want to do too much of a dark foundation to do that because then you just be looking cray-cray in the bad way. I'm going in with the E31. This is the brand new Elite brush from Morphe. I don't even know if these have launched yet, but I'll link it below. And I'm going to buff in this foundation. I like to go in like circular motions and just move it around my face and make sure I'm dragging it down the neck and around the ear area because it is a darker shade than my natural skin. And so you definitely don't want to be able to tell where your foundation starts and where it stops. Ta-da! Now I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes, and I'm going to be using my very own palette with VioletVoss. Hi, hello. I love her. My child, okay. I'm gonna grab some Press Pot with this E22 blending brush from Morphe, and I'm gonna blend this kind of all over because I do have my MAC Paint Pot primer down and I want it to soften up the primer. This does also give you a warm base to start with. I'm going to swipe it around in a circular motion and just kind of buff it all over the lid. And this softens up our primer and makes everything so much more easy to blend out. The next shade I'm gonna go in with the same brush is Britches, which is like the best transition shade. You can use this shade every single day to do any look. It is literally the perfect transition shade. And I think this shade is great for all skin tones. And I'm just gonna work that right into the crease. I'm not really gonna put it on the lid at all, actually. And I'm doing the same thing, just like circular motions, and just blend it until it's very soft and there is absolutely no harsh edges because you want everything to look nice and soft. Next, I'm going to take Fried, which is one of my favorite colors in the palette, and Since I got to create this palette, this was like an absolute must-have color for me, but I never see it in eyeshadow palettes, and I'm like, where's my mustard yellow at? Where's my brown mustard yellow? Now that I have it, I'm gonna blend that into the crease with an E25 brush from Sigma, and I get it on one side of the brush, and then I flip the brush upward, and then I just set it down, like right there. And then we start working the color back and forth, blending it in. I have very little color on this brush, and then I'll go in with more, because just remember, you can't take away color, but you can always add more. So you want to start with as little color as possible, especially whenever you get into the shades that become a little bit deeper. With that same brush, I'm going to take Alabama, which is a nice warm brown tone color. I'm going to pop it right on top of Fried. I'm just blending really softly. Like, I have the lightest hand. You don't see me pushing and working the color in. You see me really softly moving the color around, because whenever the shade is getting darker, you don't want to blow it out all over your lid. And the way to not do that is to use a nice light hand when blending. And I'm just lightly moving the color. Barely any color on my brush. Mind you, these colors are crazy pigmented. And if you have a heavy hand with makeup, we're all a little different. Just try to lighten your hand. My sister has the heaviest hand in makeup. Like, she digs in her makeup, and we argue about it all the time. I'm like, stop digging in your makeup. So now we have some built up warm colors in our crease, and I'm going to deepen it up going in with Whiskers, which is a nice espresso brown color. This one has a little bit of warmth within the brown, and I take even less color on the exact same E25 brush. This is one of my favorite brushes in the world for the eyes, and I'm going to blend this right on top of Alabama, just building up multiple colors, giving it that nice soft gradient fill. I'm going to do it the exact same way, but I'm going to take it, as you can see, I'm taking this one and just moving it a little bit towards the lower lash line, like so. I personally like to add just a little bit more of my Paint Pot by MAC. This one's in Soft Ochre. It cleans up where some of the crease shades have taken over the lid just a little bit. Now my favorite part, I'm going to take Tickled Pink, which was the first color I picked for this palette, and I'm going to pack it onto my lid. This is an E58 brush from Sigma. It's perfect for adding color to the lid. This color is so incredibly pigmented. It's almost like a foiled eyeshadow. It literally is life. You could wear this color every single day. And if you notice, I'm just doing light swiping motions across the lid rather than blending it in. Slay that on. It's so pretty. Next up, going back in with my tried and true, my E25 blending brush. I'm gonna blend out the crease, make sure it's really soft and there's no weirdness going on. By weirdness, I mean harsh lines. Next, just for a little bit of fun, I'm gonna take Bubs, which is a really deep color, on this pencil brush. This is an E30, and I'm going to, see right there in that crease? I'm gonna just... And a really important step to me, just to tie the whole look together, I take Sugar. This is a tiny little E16 brush. I'm going to apply it to the brow bone, and this can even lift your brow bone and make you look, I don't know, almost like you got an eye lift. You may not even want that, though. I'm trying out this new liner pen from LA Girl. This is Line Art Matte Eyeliner. Let's see what happens. Now I'm going to go in with this mascara from Lancome. Look how weird the wand is. And I'm going to apply some mascara to my lashes, and then I'm going to pop on some falsies from Flutter Lashes. But guys, if you don't want to do falsies, absolutely don't. Just build up your natural lashes with your favorite mascara, and your look will be just as beautiful. I'm just addicted to false lashes and super glam makeup, so you can always just make it your own. Now I'm going to do my concealer and finish my under eye. I'm going to run in with the Born This Way concealer. This one's really nice. This one is in shade Light. I really like this concealer, just so you know. I'm going to take the Artiste Brush Oval 6 and blend this out. These little Artiste, people get so mad at me if I say artist. I feel like I'm just going to call it artist. These little Artiste Brush are some of my favorite products in this makeup industry. They make life so easy. This concealer is so good, just like the Born This Way foundation. I love it so much. I'm gonna take this E53 brush and then this banana shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette and set everywhere I applied the concealer. This just helps it last longer. Also helps it not to crease. Next, I'm going in with the beautiful Pure Cosmetics Jumbo Bronzer. This one is called Glow Together. It is half shimmery, half matte, and what I like to do is mix it all together. I'm going to be taking this E4 brush from Morphe. I'm like, whoosh, makeup, and I just kind of like rub it all together. So pretty. To add a little bit of structure to the face, so I like to typically start at the top of the ear and bring it on down to add a little bit of a contour. Then I'll bring it all around the temples where the sunlight naturally hits your face, and then I will just drag it all the way around. I never neglect my jawline. Like, I always sweep it right around the jawline area. I'm going to take this blush from Revlon. This one is in Classy Coral, and I'm taking this E53 brush. Like, powder in my nose. I'm going to take this E53 brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on the brush and pop it onto the apples of the cheeks. This just gives me a little bit of a flush, a little bit of color to my face, and I just blend it on back like that. Apples, and then blend back. I'm going to take my Artist Couture highlight in Illuminati and then blend it onto the high points of the cheeks and the nose. So pretty. And I'll do a little bit down my nose. By a little bit, I mean a lot. If someone tells you you're wearing too much highlight, they're lying. Yes! What I like to do now with the highlight is to set it and let it melt into my skin, and I do that with my MAC Fix Plus spray. This is a brand new one. Gotta get her going. I love the way MAC Fix Plus smells. It's just like everything to me. So now, literally, did someone say you wear too much highlight? I'm going to take Britches and blend it all the way from inner to outer corner with this E25 brush and just smoke out the lower lash line. Now on this E15, this is a definer brush. I'm going to take Bubs and Whiskers, just mix it together to the two dark brown colors. I'm going to push it really close to the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of Alabama and just like buff out the lower edge of those darker colors just so they look a little bit softer and more gradient. I'm going to add some of my Marc Jacobs liners to the waterline. As I mentioned before, this is one of my holy grail eyeliners. And of course, pop on some mascara to those lower lashes. Just wiggling it, being sure not to touch my skin. For my lips, I'm going to go in with Jouer's Noisette. I do have a discount code for 15% off of her liquid lipsticks. And this is just a nice brown color. I'm going to apply it all over my lips. You can leave your lips like this, but I like a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to go in with I'm Nude by Jeffree Star. This is another liquid lipstick, and apply it to the center. And then I just like to pat it out with my finger.